Oh, g'day guys, it's Sam here from Built Not Bought, and today we're going to be restoring the dash to its former glory and rebuilding the front diff. Alright guys, so I've just started stripping back all the wires in here. Kept what I want to keep, which is basically like we've got alternator stuff here. There's the throttle sensor, which I may reuse, but I've just cut out stuff like all the oil pressure sensor and stuff off the engine diagnostics, the glow plugs, just sort of basically just simplifying it so when the new engine goes in we don't have wires going everywhere. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and taped up all the exposed holes. We've got aircon, we've got all the intakes and all that covered up with tape and plastic bag because I don't want any water getting in there. So that's what I've done so far, just all around here. Where the water goes in, that's fine, that's here and over there, because obviously there's water in there anyway. So we'll go through and firstly degrease it all, get all the grease and dirt off, water blast it, and it should come up like new. What up guys, look, I've just made a discovery that, well, not a discovery, I was midway through like grinding all the surface rust off the dash plate here, all the steel work, just so we can repaint it with some rust inhibitor to try and stop that. But I've decided, look, there's only a couple of bolts each side, and when the fuse panel comes out, I reckon I can pull this whole lot of steel work out. So I'm going to do that, rip it out so I can really, you know, almost give it an acid bath, try and clean all this rust off and paint it out there. And when we put it back in, it'll be like brand new. So a little change of plans there, but it's only going to be maybe an extra day's work, so you might as well do it. Got to do it right the first time, right? Right, so we got that out. Now I just popped down to Auto 1 Kalamunda store and grabbed some rust oxidizer inhibitor and some no rust paint. So we're gonna go through and actually wire brush all of this up properly, and then put some oxidizer rust remover on there, and then spray her up and whack her back in, and that should stop the rust going forward. Alright, what does it say? Avoid contact with eyes and skin. Oh, okay. Remove excess layers by grinding, sanding, wire brush, clean off dirt, wipe with pre-wash. Apply a liberal coating of deoxidizer rust remover. Okay, so a lot. Scrub with abrasive pad of steel wool. Do I have steel wool? I did have steel wool somewhere. Not in there. God damn it. Maybe I'll just rub it with a rag. That's alright. Oh, gloves! There we go. Avoid contact with skin, done. Alright, we've got it all ready to paint now, taken off all the rust and that, we've cleaned it up, dried it up, get this thing sprayed on and see what we're left with. Alright, so just finished painting the dash brace here, freshen it up a little bit, a little cleaner now, we don't see all the rust in that, and hopefully this rust kill will stop this stuff coming back in the future, so now we can get it put back in the car and start the wiring process. Alright, good day guys, welcome to the late night edition of Build Not Board. Anyway, today we're going to wait on a few parts and that to arrive to keep going with the main build, but what I did need to do from yonks ago was replace the swivel hub seals and the kingpin bearings and all this kind of general CV hub assembly. So late night in the shed tonight, we'll pull this off, put it all back together, and then continue on the weekend with the rest of the car. And then when we get to doing all the diff and all that, we know the internals are real good and all the seals are being replaced. I've got a kit over there I bought off the net from a few months back. So we'll get it all back together hopefully tonight or early tomorrow, and then we can put the wheel back on and go to the other side and do it all again. Now the hubs are a very important part of the forward drive, and getting any water in there is going to start destroying the bearings and the seals and all not. So these bolts here are super crucial, and normally they get put on with a bit of Loctite. Just to show how tight these are, I've got both the hubs locked and a breaker bar on the yoke on the diff there so it doesn't spin. Just see how much this Allen key bends. I'm pretty impressed with these SP tools here, it's incredible. Oh, feels like it's gonna snap, but she doesn't. Oh, I don't know how that doesn't snap, eh? Oh my god. Alright, there we go, we got her apart. Finally got the hub assembly off, down back to the axles are out. All ready to start cleaning up and putting back together. Got a new bearing kit with new seals, the whole lot, so it should be... You can see in there that the grease has kind of, demolished itself in there because the oil was combined from the diff into the grease there on the CV, so we need to repack that and stick it back in. The bolt of the tie rod's stuck. Oh, there you go. Alright, so I got pretty annoyed with hitting the bearings in with a hammer, so gonna head around to my mate Josh's house. He's got a bearing press, and we'll put them in that way rather than causing unnecessary damage. He's got a pretty sweet patrol as well, and he reckons he's working on that today, so we'll go around and annoy him and see what he's up to, eh? What up, dude?
What's happening? Hey, look at this. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, it looks stock, bro.
Yeah. So running a UFI Teddy 05M with a UFI 12mm pump. Looking at about 800 Newton meters and 300 horsepower. Ooh. Control airbox, all the little bits and bobs. Yeah, it's good, but hey, it's turned out alright.
Did you clean it?
Well, it was clean before I went driving.
Dude, that looks boss! Better than using a hammer.
When you got the tools.
I use some beers.
If you enjoyed this video, why don't you hit that subscribe button? If you didn't, just hit it anyway, it's free.